Hello friends, good morning. This is Ramesh, chemistry faculty. Today we are going to discuss the one small concept from some basic concepts of chemistry. So this chapter basically includes all the basic concepts, basics in chemistry. So today class, now I am going to discuss a small concept called empirical formulas, molecular formula, and the chemical stoichiometry. So empirical formula, molecular formula. Uh, today's session, so we are going to learn the how to determine the empirical and molecular formulas. So before discussing the empirical and molecular formula, so you must know the what is percentage composition. Let us see first what is the percentage composition. So percentage composition basically indicates this is the percentage of a particular element given in the compound. That is called percentage composition. Okay, you will get the more clarity by taking one example how to determine the percentage composition. So this is the question given percentage composition of carbon in glucose. What is the percentage of carbon in glucose? So this is the question. Like that, we need to find the. We can also find the percentage hydrogen and oxygen and remaining all elements in a compound. Let us see. I am going to calculate the percentage carbon. So before calculating the percentage carbon, you have to calculate the first molecular mass, total molecular mass of glucose. So molecular mass of glucose, molecular mass of glucose. Here glucose contains three elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Here carbon, each atomic mass is 12. Here how many carbons are there? 6. And each hydrogen atomic mass is 1. And how many hydrogens are there? 12. Plus each oxygen atomic mass is 16. And how many are there here? 6. So this is 72 and 12, and this is 96. It is total 180. So I want percentage carbon. Let us calculate how to calculate the percentage carbon here. Percentage carbon is equal to total weight of carbon by and total weight of compound into 100. So in this, out of 180 grams, 180 grams means this is the gram molecular mass. When you express the molecular mass in grams, that is called gram molecular mass. Out of 180 grams, 72 grams of carbon is there, and 12 grams of hydrogen is there, 96 grams of oxygen is there. So total molecular mass of this compound is 180 grams. Out of 180 grams, 72 grams of carbon is there. So total weight of carbon 72 divided with its molecular mass is 180 into 100. So then percentage carbon, here 0 can cancel, it is nearly 40%. So this is the way how to calculate the percentage of any element in the compound. So I want to discuss the here one small logic how this formula came. You know, percentage basically indicates we need to find the weight of compound per 100 grams of the. We need to find the percentage of element, means we need to find the weight of that particular element present in the 100 grams. So 100 percentage means always we have to take the 100 grams. So take the here, you know, 180 grams of glucose. Now I'm discussing the how this formula came. 180 grams of glucose. So glucose contains how many grams of carbon? 72 grams of carbon. So this is the carbon. So 180 grams of glucose contains 72 grams of carbon. Now 100 grams. So what is that need to take the 100 grams here? Percentage. Percentage means we need to find the weight of element present per 100 grams of the compound. If you take 100 grams of this glucose, 100 grams of this glucose contains how many grams of carbon? This weight of carbon indicates percentage of carbon. Now take the percentage carbon here. Percentage carbon is equal to, so it is like cross multiplication. If you want question mark, it is like a 2 banana cost is 4 rupees. Then what are the cost of 3 bananas? Same like that only. If you want question mark, just simple cross multiplication. 100 into 72 is equal to question mark into 180. If you want question mark, then 72. These two are multiplied, and these two are, this one is divisible. So 72 by 180 into 100. So see this one, percentage carbon 40 percentage. So this is the way. See here, if you observe the both formulas, 72 here, 72, 180 into 100. So this is the logic behind of this formula. So so now you came to know, you get the more clarity. So how this formula came. So I hope that you could understand how to calculate the percentage carbon, percentage of any element in the compound. Shall I move to the next slide? Now, based on this, I am going to discuss the empirical formula and molecular formula. So what is this empirical formula? Empirical formula indicates the simplest whole number ratio. It denotes the simplest whole number ratio of the different atoms present in a molecule. That is called empirical formula. Simplest whole number ratio. That is very important word here. Simplest whole number ratio. For example, if you take the, so empirical formula does not indicate the actual number of atoms. So an example, just now I could discuss the formula that you know, glucose molecular formula is C6H12O6. This is the glucose molecular formula. Here carbons, how many are there? 6. Hydrogens are 12 and oxygens are 6. So take the simplest whole number ratio. So if you take these 3 numbers, if you observe 3 numbers, these 3 numbers are get cancelled by 6. Then 6 ones are 6, 2s are, and 6 ones are. So this ratio indicates simplest whole number ratio. Then here how many carbons are there? 1, and hydrogens are 2, and oxygens are 1. So this is the empirical formula of glucose. So this is glucose, and this is the empirical formula of glucose. So what is the empirical formula? The formula denotes the simplest whole number ratio of the all atoms present, different atoms in a molecule. It's called empirical formula. Then see the molecular formula. So what are the chemical formulas used in chemistry? Okay, that self are called molecular formulas. For example, H2O, you know, well-known compound H2O. So H2O molecular formula is, water molecular formula is H2O. So this is a molecular formula. So itself indicate this is called, it's nothing but empirical formula. Molecular formula nothing but chemical formula which are used in the chemistry. In some compounds, in case of some compounds, molecular formula may be equal to this one empirical formula. So see this one here. If you observe the 3 compounds, this is the compound formaldehyde. Its molecular formula is HCHO, or we can write the CH2O. Its empirical formula also CH2O. Like that. So glucose empirical molecular formula C6H12O6. Hydrochloric acid molecular formula CH3COOH. So if the formula indicates actual number of atoms present in the molecule, is called molecular formula. Okay. So here 3 compounds have same molecular formula, same empirical formula, that is CH2O. Okay, but they are different, but the 3 compounds have the same empirical formula. So this is molecular formula and empirical formula. I want to take the one small revision. So what is a molecular formula? The formula denotes the actual number of atoms present in a molecule is called molecular formula. So what is empirical formula? The formula denotes the simplest whole number ratio of atoms is called empirical formula. Then how can you calculate the empirical formula mass? So empirical formula mass nothing but sum of atomic masses are present in the sum of atomic masses present in the empirical formula is called empirical formula mass. For example, if you take the H2O2, its molecular formula, its empirical formula is HO. So here H2O2 is the molecular formula and HO is the empirical formula. Then how can you calculate this HO molecular mass? So atomic mass, sum of atomic masses of hydrogen and oxygen. You know, hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16, then 17. This is the way to calculate the empirical formula mass. Then see so this is a very important part. We can expect the question NEET and a JEE level. So how to determine the empirical formula and molecular formula, and what is the relation between these two? Okay, how can you derive the molecular formula from empirical formula? So first I will discuss this question. Through this question, so you will come to know how can you determine the empirical formulas. So if we take this question, an organic compound analysis was found to have the following percentage composition. Here they given some percentages of element. Hydrogen is 6.7%, carbon is 40%, oxygen is 53.3%. So this is very important. Some cases, in some numericals, they do not want, they don't give the percentage oxygen. They don't want intentionally, they don't want to give the percentage oxygen. They won't give the percentage oxygen. Then how can you find them? So percentage oxygen in some numericals they won't give. Then if they won't give, how can you calculate the percentage oxygen? So percentage oxygen the percentage oxygen is equal to 100 minus sum of percentages of remaining all elements here. So remaining elements means if you take this compound, okay, here oxygen is there and remaining elements are carbon and hydrogen. Sum of the 100 minus sum of percentages of remaining all elements. Here carbon, hydrogen. So carbon is here 40% and hydrogen is 6.7. So this is total 100 minus 46.7. So this is equal to 53 point approximately 3%. So this is the way to find the percentage oxygen. In some cases they won't give. So this is the way how to calculate the percentage oxygen. But here luckily they given the percentage oxygen. So this is the one previous question. Then the question is determine the empirical formula of the compound. So how can you determine the empirical formula? So there is a method. Now I'm going to teach you how can you determine the empirical formula. So there is a method. Here how many elements are there? 3 elements given: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So this is the 3 elements. There are 3 elements here. First step 1. So how can you calculate the percentage empirical formula? So the given carbon is 40%. 40% means 100 grams of this organic compound contains 40 grams. The first step is we need to convert the percentage to grams. The hydrogen percentage given is 6.7%, means 100 grams of this compound contains 6.7 grams of hydrogen. The third compound given is oxygen, 53.3%. So means 53.3 grams present per 100 grams of the organic compound. So the first step is we need to convert the percentage to weight, means grams. This is the first step. And the second step, step 2, we have to find the number of relative atoms. For example, what is the meaning of this relative atoms? You know, 12 grams of carbon, we take 12 grams of carbon, and 12 grams of carbon is equal to how many carbon atoms? One carbon. If we take the gram atomic mass, one carbon gram atomic mass is 12 grams. 12 grams, how many carbons are there? One carbon atom. Like that, if you take the 40 grams, how many carbons are there? Then how can you find it? So 40 into 1 by 40 into 1 by 12. That is all we have to do here. So in order to find the number of relative atoms, so we have to divide every weight, every weight with their respective atomic masses. So 40 divided by carbon atomic mass is 12. Like in the same way here also, in order to find the number of hydrogen atoms, so we have to divide 6.7 with hydrogen atomic mass is 1. Oxygen is 53.3 by, so oxygen atomic mass is 16. So we need to divide not with molecular mass, only atomic masses, because we need to find the here number of atoms, not molecules. That's why here 16. Don't take 32 here. So oxygen atomic mass is 16 only. Now see here, 40 by 12 approximately equal to, this is 3.33, this is 6.7, and this is also 3.33. Next, step 3. Step 3. So in order to find the simplest whole number ratio, so we have to divide the every fraction with the smallest fraction. So among these three, the smallest value is 3.33. So we need to divide every fraction with the smallest value. So 3.33, and this is 6.7 by 3.33, and this is 3.33 by 3.33. Here how many? 1. This is nearly equal to 2, and this is equal to 1. Here 1 indicates number of oxygen atoms. Here 2 indicates number of hydrogen atoms, and here this 1 indicates here number of carbon atoms. Then right here, number of relative atoms, carbons are 1, hydrogens are 2, and oxygens are 1. So this is the empirical formula of given compound CH2O. So this is the way to find the empirical formula. So once again, I want to take the one small revision here. So what I did here, first step. In the first step, we need to convert the percentage, given percentage, to weight, grams. The second step is, in order to find the number of relative atoms, we need to divide the every mass with their respective atomic masses. The step 3 is, in order to find the simplest whole number ratio, we have to divide the every fraction with the smallest fraction. So this is the way, and this method includes the 3 steps: step 1, step 2, step 3. So this is the method how to find how to determine the empirical formula. Let us see what is the relation between empirical formula and molecular formula. So molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. Here what is this N? N is the molecular mass, nothing but molecular formula mass by empirical formula mass. Okay. Some cases in the numericals, they didn't give the molecular formula. Rather than giving the molecular formula, they simply give the vapor density. So what is this vapor density? What is the relation between molecular mass and vapor density? If you know vapor density, how can you calculate the molecular mass? So molecular mass is equal to, so 2 into vapor density. 2 into vapor density. So how this relation came? I want to take the small explanation here. So vapor density, I want to write the short form like a vapor density. VD indicates vapor density. So how can you define the vapor density or vapor density formula? This is the mass of gas. Here mass of gas means nothing but molecular mass of gas by mass of hydrogen. You know molecular mass of hydrogen is, what is the molecular mass of hydrogen? 2. If you substitute this one here, then molecular mass of gas is equal to, if you substitute this 2 instead of MH2 here, then you get the molecular mass of gas is equal to 2 into vapor density. Okay, so here molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. In some numericals, rather than giving the, instead of giving the molecular mass, they simply use the vapor density. From the vapor density, you can calculate the molecular mass. So this is the formulas how to find the N here. N is equal to molecular mass by empirical formula mass. So let us, I want to take the one small numerical here. So what is the relation between the molecular formula, empirical formula, and what is the N? So here the question is, benzene molecular weight is 78 and its empirical formula is CH, and find its molecular formula. So molecular formula is equal to, so in previous slide I would discuss here, molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. Here what is N? If you know the N, you can easily calculate a molecular formula. So in order to find the N, here what is N? In previous slide I already discussed. N is equal to molecular mass by empirical formula mass. Here molecular mass already given 78 by empirical formula mass. If we take empirical formula, here empirical formula question itself given, empirical formula is CH. Then what is the mass of empirical formula? So mass of empirical formula, the sum of atomic masses. So carbon atomic mass is 12, hydrogen atomic mass is 1, equal to 13. So this is the empirical formula mass. So molecular mass already given 78 divided with 13. 13 ones are 13, 6 are 13 ones are 13, 6 are here, and is equal to 6. Then molecular formula is equal to, so 6 into, this is CH. Okay, you can take like this, C6 and H6. So this is the relation between molecular formula and empirical formula. Okay, I want to take the, this is the previous question given in some competitive exams. Question is, a compound contains carbon, hydrogen. This is the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. Contains these elements in the ratio 9:1:3.5. Then calculate the empirical formula. If its molecular mass is 108, then what is the molecular formula? Okay. So first, here two questions are there: empirical formula and molecular formula. We need to determine. Okay, first, we have to calculate the empirical formula. So to find the earlier I was discussed in earlier method I already discussed empirical formula. How can you find them? First, the first step is here. How many elements are there? Carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. These are 3 elements. Okay. What I taught you in the previous slide. The first step is, step 1 is, we have to convert the percentage to weight, but here they didn't give the percentage, but they given the weight ratio. So 9:1:3.5. Directly you can take it as, you can convert this ratio to directly weight by multiplying with some constant. I can take the constant here 1. So directly 9:1, 9 grams of carbon. See the here sequence: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. I taken here. This is 1 gram, and this is 3.5 grams. That's all. Method is same method, but asking questions are different. So this is very important for objective. Now, the step 2 is, we need to find the number of relative atoms. So in order to find the number of relative atoms, we have to divide the every weight with the respect to atomic masses, 9/12. 1 by 1 and 3.5 by 14. So this is nearly equal to 3 by 4, 0.75. This is 1 and this is nearly equal to 0.25. And step 3. What is step 3? We have to find the simplest whole number ratio. So in order to find the simplest whole number ratio, we have to divide every fraction with the smallest value. Among these three fractions, this is the smallest value. That's why, so we have to divide every fraction with the smallest value, 0.25, and 1 by 0.25, and this is 0.25 by 0.25. So this is equal to 3, and this is equal to 4, and this one equal to 1. Then tell me what is how many carbons are there here? 3 carbons, and hydrogens are 4, nitrogens are 1. So what is the empirical formula? Empirical formula is equal to C3He4N. So this is the empirical formula, but we need to calculate the molecular formula because they are asking molecular formula also. So in the previous slide, I could discuss how to find the molecular formula by using empirical formula. So molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. So molecular formula is equal to, okay. So in order to find the empirical molecular formula, first we need to find the what is N. Okay, so let us calculate the N value here. So N is equal to molecular formula mass. So what is the molecular formula mass given? 108 by empirical formula mass. So what is the empirical formula mass here? So empirical formula, just now I could derive the empirical formula, that is C3He4N. Then how can you find here empirical formula mass? So empirical formula mass is equal to 3 carbons are there here. So each carbon is 12. So 12 into 3 plus 4 into 1 and plus each nitrogen is 14. So nearly 36. 12 3s are 36 and 4 plus this is 14. So total this is 54. So empirical formula mass is 54. So molecular formula mass question itself given, it is 108. It is equal to 2. Now find the molecular formula. So molecular formula is equal to, so empirical formula is C3He4N into 2. So can write like this also, C6H8 and 2. So this is the molecular formula. So this is the method how to find the molecular formulas and empirical formulas, and what is the relation between empirical formulas and molecular formulas. Okay, thank you for your patience and listening. Next class I am going to discuss how to stoichiometric calculations and the weight relationships and the weight volume relationships. Okay, so thank you for your watching.